Across 6 decades, the Ford Foundation has invested in innovative ideas, visionary individuals, and frontline institutions advancing human dignity around the world. We believe that social movements are built upon individual leadership, strong institutions, and innovative, often high-risk ideas. Investments in these 3 areas are central to our theory of how change happens in the world. These approaches have long distinguished the Ford Foundation and had a profound cumulative impact to promote social justice and reduce inequality. We reach our mission by addressing the 5 underlying drivers of inequality, which are entrenched cultural narratives that undermine fairness, tolerance, and inclusion, failure to invest in and protect vital public goods such as education and natural resources, unfair rules of the economy that magnify unequal opportunity and outcomes, unequal access to government decision-making and resources, and persistent prejudice and discrimination against women, people with disabilities, and racial, ethnic, and caste. During the 1950s, our work in Indonesia focused on building national expertise, providing graduate fellowships to develop the nation's capacity and expertise in key areas, such as economics, higher education, and agriculture. Ford Foundation was an early funder of Perkumpulan Keluarga Berencana Indonesia that spearheaded the reproduction rights movement, which was one of our main priorities in Indonesia. During the 1980s, our partners helped boost rice production, and Indonesia reached self-sufficiency by 1984. We also worked with our partners to document and study local folk art and regional literature, nurture traditional practices through initiatives that preserve the richness of Indonesian culture. Ford encouraged the development of women's microenterprise in rural areas. Hence, a growing number of women could manage their own income and take up a more prominent role in rural economic development. Today, we are working with our grantees and the government to accelerate the implementations of policies that recognize community rights and resolve conflicts between rural communities and companies, especially in the extractive industries. Ford Foundation contributed to the democratic transition by promoting and enabling public participation in decision-making to make it more responsive to the needs of poor and marginalized groups. In 2010, the Foundation introduced Ford Forward, refocusing work on combating inequality, as inequality in all its forms represents the greatest impediment to just, fair, and peaceful societies that offer opportunity for all. To address these challenges, Ford Foundation transitioned to support the development of an inclusive society in Indonesia by advancing accountable, equitable, and fair access to public and natural resources, improving financial and market access for low-income communities, and promoting tolerance and respect for diversity. We have also provided support to help Indonesian civil society organizations become part of global platforms such as SDGs, Extractive Industries Transparency Initiative, and Tax Justice Network to strengthen their leverage in promoting social justice and reducing inequality. In addition, the Foundation also reaffirmed its commitment to building institutions and networks through the BUILD program, dedicating $1 billion worldwide for grant-making within and across the thematic areas. We are committed to continue partnering with civil society organizations, the government, and the private sector towards inclusive, accountable, and sustainable management of natural and public resources to reduce inequality in Indonesia.